Black Adam spoiler review. So if you haven't seen Black Adam, spoilers abound for this review. Um, and I'm surprised I actually have as much to say about spoilers as I do, but I really do have some things to say that are spoilery, and found that really interesting. So, first thing I want to talk about before we get talk about the end credit scene, because that's the last thing I'm going to talk about in this review. I really liked how this movie furthered the DC universe. Basically, Amanda Waller has this team, the JLSA, and you see this in the trailer. They go to fight Black Adam, but Black Adam is seen as the hero to these people. They've been enslaved, and it really shows in this universe. Yes, there is a Justice League, but even the Justice League can't save and help everyone, and so that's why it's necessary for people like Black Adam to do that. You also see the Wizard from Shazam and things like that. I like that aspect of the movie. It also furthered Black Adam's character arc in this movie of him being an anti-hero, because to these people he's seen as a hero, and the JLSA um, are are just seen as the bad guys in a lot of cases in this movie, because what they're doing in the movie is they're trying to stop this dude who's the first guy to come and help them in a long time. And the only thing I hated, a lot of this plot was furthered by this annoying kid who had terrible acting, couldn't really deliver things the best. He was really bad in the movie and didn't really need to be in the movie. I forgot to mention that in my non-spoiler review, but yeah, I just didn't like that. But I really enjoyed that dynamic with Black Adam, and eventually they just let him kind of do his thing, because like, look, we can't keep fighting you, we can't keep doing this, and you do are at heart you are kind of a good guy. You just kill people a little too much, and yeah, sure, you're killing bad guys. Kind of like in Death Note, where Light is killing at first only bad guys. If you've seen that show, um, yeah, kind of enjoyed that element to his character. I'm glad they actually played up the anti-hero aspect, though. Again, they did make him a hero by the end of it, but he was a real anti-hero for most of it, and that's what I really enjoyed. Really great story going on there, interesting idea, interesting concept. And so yeah, there's that, and I was very surprised. So throughout the whole movie, they kept talking about how Hawkman's gonna die, hinting at it. Doctor Fate, who's basically has similar powers to like Doctor Strange, and I know publication date, blah 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 blah. I get that, but I'm comparing him to Doctor Strange because you, as the viewer of this video, are more likely to know Doctor Strange because of the Marvel movies than Doctor Fate because of the comics. Sorry, um, but I think that his dynamic was cool with that, and I thought, okay, well I thought they were gonna change the fate, and no one was gonna die and all that, and Black Adam was actually gonna save Hawkman or whatever. No, they actually Doctor Fate died, which I actually got emotional during that part, because when he talks about, for once I'm not seeing a future, for once I'm not seeing this, it's clearly that these powers were giving him pain or whatever. It makes me want like a Doctor Fate like prequel movie or something like that, to understand what that character was dealing with, because we get hints of that in the movie, and I like those hints. I like the emotion that Pierce Brosnan brought to the performance, the character, and the energy, but I want more. And it was just really good to see that. Yeah, I just really like that character, and it was sad to see him die. All right, Henry Cavill's back. Black Adam's at the end of this movie. Amanda Waller just looks at him and is like, "Look, I'll play your game, but you got to stay in your country and not be messing around with people. Just like, do your thing, but just don't go anywhere else." And he's like, "Nah, screw this bitch. I ain't doing this." She's like, and he's also like, "No one on this planet can stop me." And she's like, "No, but I know someone from another planet." He's like, "Send everyone you got." And then you hear that little glimpse of John Williams' theme, the Superman theme, and then, bam, Henry Cavill pops out. Audience cheered, audience cried. Even I, who's been very critical of this version of Superman, because I am old school Superman guy, I got a little misty eyed for a minute, and I was like, "Oh, he's back." I went in dressed as Clark Kent and all that. So to this movie because I knew he was gonna be in it. You know, here's the thing: I'm really excited to see he's back, but I'm also not, and that's because Warner Brothers has not proven to me as an audience or to a lot of people that they're capable of making a good Superman movie. A and B, that they will deliver on making more projects. Even when the producers, because there's rumor going around about Man of Steel happening, they're being a big church and they're trying to get people ready for this. That's cool and all, but even they said themselves there is no contract with Henry Cavill, and that means that this can mean something or it can mean nothing. DC has done this so many times to us fans that the reality is we should not be celebrating until we actually get an announcement of a real Superman movie and we see trailers and we know that shit's coming out because they could screw this up like they've screwed it so many times. Yeah, I'm excited, but I'm also cautious. And that's where we, the audience, need to be until Warner Brothers can prove, yeah, we'll make that Superman movie. We'll make it happen. We'll give it to the fans. We'll do all this. Until that day, do not trust Warner Brothers. Do not give them the benefit of the doubt, especially with what they did to those Black Batgirl creators and things like that. They have screwed so many people over that it's not even funny. So if you want this thing, don't get me wrong. You have a right to be excited. But you need to be a little bit more cautious until we know that Warner Brothers is actually going to let it happen this time. I love Superman. I've been dying for this character to come back. But even I can't be as excited as I want to be because of the shit that's gone down over the past few years with Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman and Green Lantern and whatever character. DC has made bad film after bad film after bad film. They've screwed creators. They failed. They've had projects that they announced and never went anywhere. Just so much shit that they failed at. That as a fan, I am salty. I'm burned. They're going to have to win me back. But shit, man, that was fucking cool. He's back, man. Let's hope for good this time.